grab a drink, you pick up a sandwich, you walk out, you don't stop, you don't pay a person, and it's completely legal. This is shopping in China right now. Stores with no workers. No checkout lines, no waiting at all. But how? Is it magic? Or is there a smarter system hiding in plain sight? A system so clever, it changes everything we know about buying things. I'm Stickman Xing. Welcome to Stickman's China Quiz. We unlock the real stories behind modern China. Today, we're stepping inside a quiet revolution, the world of fully automated unmanned stores. We will see invisible technology. We will understand the brilliant logistics. And we will answer the big question. Is this just a cool experiment? Or is it the future of retail itself? To make sure you're learning, here are 5 questions you'll be able to answer by the end. Question 1. What is the name of the tiny wireless tag on every product? Question 2. The main savings come from using less electricity. Question 3. How does the store's brain know exactly when to send more milk? Question 4. What did university researchers discover about shoplifting when there's no cashier? Question 5. What percentage of operating costs can this automation actually save? The quiz is only for fun and bragging rights. So, let's begin.
Hello, I'm Stickman Xing, KaXing in Chinese. Born in China, raised in Hong Kong. Here on Stickman China Quiz, we go beyond the headlines. We start with deep research, use AI to visualize the facts to life, and end every story with a quiz. Let's discover the real China, together.
Let's start with the feeling. Imagine a long day. You're tired, you're in a hurry. The last thing you want is to wait in line. Now picture a different scene. A small, clean glass box on a city sidewalk. It looks more like a tech pod than a store. This is your destination. You open your phone, scan a QR code on the door with WeChat or Alipay, and it clicks open. Your identity is your key. Inside, the environment is calm. Bright LED lights, cool air, shelves packed with color. Drinks, snacks, ready-to-eat meals, daily essentials, everything is neatly organized. There's no beeping of scanners, no rustle of cash. You take a cold bottle of tea, you pick up a packaged sandwich, you look around, there's no one to hand them to. So, you simply turn, walk back to the door, and step outside. It feels almost like leaving a library. Before you've taken 10 steps, your phone vibrates softly. A notification pops up. It's from your payment app. It lists your items: green tea, chicken sandwich. It shows the total, maybe 25 Chinese yuan, and it confirms the payment was already taken from your account. The entire experience, from scan to receipt, took less than a minute. For millions in China's fastest moving cities like Shenzhen, Hangzhou, or Shanghai, this isn't a glimpse of the future. It's a normal solution to an old problem, the waste of time. According to the China Chain Store and Franchise Association, over 50,000 of these unmanned retail outlets were operating across China by the end of 2023, serving tens of millions of transactions monthly. They aren't in every neighborhood yet, but in tech hubs and busy urban centers, they've become part of the city's rhythm. It's retail, stripped down to its purest form. See, take, go. So, the million-dollar question, how does the empty store know what you took? For me, I don't know. It uses a team of 3 silent technologies that work together like a perfect security system. First, meet the most important player, the RFID tag. Every single item in the store has one. A bag of chips, a bottle of juice, a bar of chocolate. It's a tiny, sticky, paper-thin label with a microscopic chip and antenna. Think of it as the item's unique digital passport. Hidden in the shelves are RFID reader antennas, constantly sending out signals and listening for replies from these passports. When you pick up that bag of chips, you move its passport out of the antenna's range. Instantly, the system logs. Passport ID number A7B3 has left shelf zone 5. That's the first and strongest clue. But what if you accidentally block the signal with your hand? That's where clue number 2 comes in. The shelves themselves are intelligent. They are aligned with a grid of hypersensitive weight sensors. Each shelf section knows the exact weight of every product placed on it. So when you lift that 200-gram drink, the sensors feel a precise 200-gram weight disappear.
Oh no! It's gone!
The system now has a cross-check. RFID number C4D9 left and 200 grams vanished from the same spot. Match confirmed. The third layer is the eyes in the ceiling. Small, wide-angle AI cameras are positioned overhead. They aren't recording your face in detail. That's a privacy concern they actively avoid. Instead, they are trained to understand general human movement and recognize product shapes and packaging. Their job is to add context. They help track the flow of customers, distinguish between someone picking up an item and just leaning on the shelf, and provide a visual backup. This powerful combination, RFID for digital identity, weight for physical confirmation, and vision for contextual awareness, has a name in engineering: sensor fusion. A 2023 technology white paper from the China Chain Store and Franchise Association stated that this multi-layered approach achieves an item identification accuracy rate of over 99.9%. That means for every 1,000 items taken, the system might make one mistake. In practice, errors are usually resolved by the customer themselves through a simple in-app complaint button. The store isn't watching you with suspicion. It's building a confident, real-time understanding of your actions through a conversation between different senses. It's a dance of data, not a stare down. This fusion of simple ideas into a powerful system is how China often tackles big challenges. If you're fascinated by these smart, real-world solutions, you're going to love what we explore next. We make videos like this every week, diving into technology, culture, and history. To join our community of curious learners and never miss a quiz, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon. It genuinely helps us find more incredible stories to share with you. Now, let's get back to the store. A store with no people still needs to be full. This is where the magic moves from the shop floor to the cloud. The computer system behind an unmanned store isn't just a passive cash register. It's an active learning brain. It doesn't just see what's sold, it analyzes how, when, and under what conditions. For example, the system learns that on cold, rainy evenings in a business district, sales of instant hot pot meals and chocolate spike by over 40%. It knows that in a residential area, yogurt and breakfast sales peak between 7 and 9 a.m., while soda and snack sales rise after schools let out. This real-time sales data, anonymized and aggregated, flows continuously to a central logistics command center. The store's inventory is a live data stream. This enables a restocking model that is predictive, not reactive. Instead of a worker noticing empty shelves at random, the system generates a nightly pick list for the warehouse. It tells the logistics team exactly what items are needed and in what quantities for each specific store. A staff member, the only human in this part of the chain, arrives at the store often at 3 a.m. Their cart is pre-packed with the precise items from the list. Now, the RFID tags show their value again. To do a full inventory check, a task that might take an hour of manual counting in a traditional store, the staff member simply walks through the aisles with a handheld RFID scanner. Waving it like a wand, they can capture the identity and count of every item on the shelves in under 5 minutes.
Good.
Data from logistics partners like JD.com and SF Express indicates this RFID-based process can improve inventory counting efficiency by up to 90% compared to manual methods. Furthermore, the system can flag items approaching their expiration date. It can automatically suggest promotions on the store's digital display or in the linked app to move that stock quickly, drastically reducing waste. A report by the Chinese Academy of Sciences suggested smart inventory systems in retail could reduce spoilage and shrinkage, lost stock by 20-30%. So the unmanned store you see is merely the tip of a massive, intelligent, and incredibly efficient supply chain iceberg. It's a node in a network that sees, thinks, and acts.
Here's the big question.
This leads us to the elephant in the room. The question everyone from Tokyo to Texas asks. If there's no one watching, why don't people just steal everything? The system's answer is a clever architectural balance of trust and verification. Your entry is not anonymous. When you scan that QR code to enter, you're unlocking the door with your verified digital identity, your Alipay or WeChat Pay account, which is tied to your real name and phone number through China's stringent financial regulations. You are, in the system's eyes, fully known. From that moment, every interaction is logged in a secure, tamper-proof record. The system knows. User X entered at 8:07 p.m. At 8:09 p.m., RFID tag number A7B3 chips and number B2C8 soda were removed from shelf. While weight sensors recorded a corresponding loss. User X exited at 8:10 p.m. It's a perfect time-stamped digital receipt generated automatically. There is no glaring security guard, but the psychological weight of this perfect record is a powerful deterrent. You're not stealing from a faceless box. You're stealing from a system with a perfect memory linked directly to you. But does this actually work in practice, or is it just a theory? Academic research provides compelling evidence. A comprehensive 2022 study conducted by the Antai College of Economics and Management at Shanghai Jiaotong University, analyzed operational data from multiple unmanned store pilots across several Chinese cities. Their key finding was striking. The loss rate from theft and fraud in these unmanned stores was not statistically higher than in traditional staffed convenience stores of similar size and location. In some pilot locations, it was actually slightly lower. The researchers proposed behavioral reasoning. When you make the right action paying completely effortless, you just walk out, and you make the wrong action, stealing, virtually impossible to conceal within the system's digital logic, human behavior tends to follow the path of least resistance toward honesty. The friction is in the crime, not the compliance. It's a powerful lesson in how system design can nudge behavior, building a modern form of trust grounded in transparency and technology, not just surveillance. So, does all this smart tech make for a good business? Let's run the numbers. The economic case isn't just about replacing a cashier's salary. It's a fundamental rethinking of the cost structure of a small store. First, the most obvious, labor. A traditional store needs staff for at least 16 hours a day. An unmanned store can operate 24/7, 365 days a year, with almost zero on-site labor cost. That's a massive fixed cost eliminated. Second, real estate. These stores are small, often just 15 to 30 square meters. They can fit into odd, unused urban spaces between buildings, in subway stations, in office lobbies where a traditional store wouldn't be viable. This drastically reduces rental costs, one of the biggest expenses for any retailer. Third, and crucially, inventory intelligence. By knowing exactly what sells and when, waste is minimized. Unsold, expired goods, a major profit drain in convenience retail, are slashed. The precise, data-driven restocking means capital isn't tied up in slow-moving products. An analysis by the global consultancy Deloitte, published in their Future of Retail series, estimated that smart retail automation could reduce overall operating costs for small format stores by 20% to 40%, with inventory-related savings being a major contributor. However, the upfront investment is significant. The cost of installing the sensor-laden shelves, the AI camera system, the software platform, and tagging thousands of products with RFID can be 3 to 5 times higher than fitting out a traditional store. This high barrier to entry means the model only works with high customer traffic to achieve a return on investment. That's why they've proliferated first in China's densest megacities and high footfall areas like tech parks and university campuses. The growth metrics are telling. According to market analysis from Quest Mobile, a leading Chinese big data firm, the monthly active user penetration for unmanned retail services in China's first-tier cities grew by over 35% in 2023 alone. It's a model that is finding its product market fit. So, is it the future that will replace all corner shops? Probably not in their current form, but it is a serious, scalable, and working prototype. It proves that a highly automated, data-intensive, and ultra-convenient retail model is not only possible but can be profitable. China, with its massive scale, tech-savvy population, and integrated digital ecosystems, has become the world's most advanced testing ground for this quiet revolution in how we buy things. We're about to jump into the quiz. If this deep dive into China's innovative edge resonated with you, please consider subscribing. Your support is what allows us to spend the time researching and creating these stories. It helps us unlock more chapters of China's past, present, and future for you.
All right, everyone, it's quiz
Now,
time. Are you
let's
ready to
see
play?
what's stuck. All right, it's quiz time. Let's test your knowledge on China's unmanned stores. I'll ask the 5 questions from the start. For each one, I'll give you 4 choices. Listen carefully. Question 1. What is the name of the tiny wireless tag on every product in these stores? Option A, a barcode. Option B, an NFC tag. Option C, an RFID tag. Option D, a GPS tracker. The correct answer is C,
Yes.
an RFID tag. It's the item's unique digital ID that the shelf antennas read. Question 2, true or false? The main reason these stores save money is by using less electricity. Option A, it is true. Option B, it is false. The correct answer is B,
Yes.
false. The biggest savings come from 24/7's operation without staff, reduced waste from smart inventory, and using smaller, cheaper retail spaces. Question 3. How does the store system know when to send more milk or snacks? A. A manager checks weekly. B. It analyzes real-time sales data patterns. C. Customers fill out a request form. Or it restocks the same amount every day. It's B.
Yes.
The AI brain learns from sales trends, weather, and time of day to predict demand automatically. Question 4. What did university researchers discover about shoplifting in unmanned stores? Option A. It's much easier, so it's higher. Option B. It's about the same or even lower. Option C, it doesn't happen at all. Option D, they couldn't measure it. The answer is B. Studies
Yes.
like the one from Shanghai Jiao Tong University found theft rates were comparable to traditional stores. Question 5. What percentage of operating costs can this automation save for a small store? A 5 to 10%? B 40%? C 60%? D over 70%? Correct. Analyses from firms like Deloitte suggest B20 40% in overall operating cost savings. Great job! How many did you get right? Let me know in the comments. From the silent sensing shelf to the predictive warehouse, China's unmanned stores show us a future. A future where technology doesn't shout, but whispers in the background. It's not about removing the human touch from shopping, but about using smart tools to solve ancient problems. Waiting, waste, friction in elegant, new ways. Now, I want to hear from you. Let's do a quick poll. Be honest. Could you see yourself using a store like this regularly? Or does the idea of no cashier feel a bit strange, a bit impersonal? Type yes, no, or maybe in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your perspectives. If you enjoyed unlocking this story of innovation, the best way to join our next adventure is to hit that subscribe button. I'm Stickman Xing, unlocking China's past, present, and future, one story at a time. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next quiz.